Last time, you did the impossible. You broke consensus reality and built a universe of your own. But what if that fortress you built was just the beginning of the real war? What if the fight starts now?
So, you forged the Red World, a perfect, sovereign space where your will is the only physics that matters. It's your fortress of solitude, your own personal laboratory, an achievement that, let's be honest, puts you in the 1% of the 1%. But there is a fatal flaw in the design, a ghost in your perfect machine.
Because even inside a world where you are literally God, one consensus law still has you in chains, the relentless forward march of linear time. Sure, you can mess with it inside your walls, speed it up, slow it down, but its consequences, your past, your programming, your wounds, they're still running the show. You're basically a king sitting on a throne that's built on a massive fault line. Today, we're going to shatter that foundation for good.
Now, first things first, get that clunky sci-fi fantasy of physical time travel out of your head. That's for amateurs. That's about violating physics, creating paradoxes. The magician's art is so much more profound, way more elegant. It is about the mastery of physics. See, we aren't here to clumsily change the past. We are here to heal it at its very source. We're going to rewrite its causal signature so it literally no longer has the power to poison your present.
And to do that, you're going to need a new weapon, a new tool, forged in the fires of your Red World. We're going to call it the Time Blade. And this is your key to mastering the entire field of your own existence. So let's get to work. Let's begin the forging.
Okay, the very first skill is observation, right? Before any general attacks, they gather intelligence. Scrying is your metaphysical reconnaissance. It's the art of seeing any moment in time without interfering. You become a ghost in your own history, or maybe a scout in your own potential future, gathering the critical data you need before you make your move.
And the process for this is incredibly precise. It's a ritual of pure perception. So, inside your Red World, you define your target with surgical precision. I'm not talking about childhood, I'm talking about the exact moment a specific wound was inflicted. Then you open a viewing window, projecting only the intent to witness. And then, you see it. But not make a movie, you experience it as a living signature. You feel the emotions, you hear the thoughts, you are there. And when you have what you need, you close the window, banish the vision, and you log the intel.
Okay, so once you can see, you can act. This is where we shift from being a passive observer to an active architect. Trans-Temporal Causality isn't about wishing the past were different. It's the active, surgical art of reaching back into time and changing what the past means, severing its power over you in the here and now. Make no mistake, this is master-level work.
And your first target is always the same, your own code. All the traumas, the wounds, the limiting beliefs that were installed in you probably without your consent. We're not going to try to erase them. No, we're going to transform them into pure fuel.
Here's how it's done. You project that painful memory as a living, breathing hologram inside your Red World. You take out your red blade, your will, and you physically cut the emotional cords that are binding you to it. Then, as the sovereign being you are now, you step into that hologram and you face your younger self. You become the god of your own history. You give that child the strength, the wisdom, the context they didn't have then. You see, you don't change the event, you change its signature. The wound becomes a scar, and that scar becomes a source of incredible power.
Healing the past makes you whole. It's absolutely crucial. But seeding the future, that's what makes you a creator. This is the ultimate application of this power. This is where you finally stop reacting to life, and you start dictating the terms of your own destiny.
And this is where we go way beyond simple visualization. You're not just seeing a goal, you are building a perfect multi-sensory hologram of your achieved victory in your Red World. You step into it, you feel it, you live it, you breathe it. And then you condense that entire reality down into a sigil and you plant it in the future. What you've just done is create a gravitational well in time. Your desired future isn't some distant thing you're chasing anymore. It is an inevitability that is actively, physically, pulling your present self towards it.
And just like that, you've done it. You have healed the past control over you, and you've anchored the future you command. The timeline is no longer a railroad track that you're forced to ride from point A to point B. It is an open field, and you are its absolute master, capable of adjusting any point on the map from the command center of your Red World.
But that field is not empty. Your newfound power, it makes you a beacon in the unseen realms. And you are not the only will that exists out there.
This metaphysical ocean is absolutely teeming with life. There are parasites, right? Mindless scavengers just drawn to chaotic energy. There are egregores, these vast thought-form hive minds of corporations and nations. There are allies and tools you can forge for yourself. And there are peers, other sovereigns, other magicians, other kings in their own kingdoms.
So, the question is, you've conquered your own timeline. You've become the master of your own causality. But can you survive what lives within that field alongside you? If this chapter just cracked your reality wide open, drop your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Subscribe and get ready for the next challenge, because in Chapter 51, we learn the rules of engagement with all those other inhabitants. And trust me, you do not want to go into that war unprepared.